Welcome back to my channel. Today I actually have a really fun speed build. I decided to add on to my building of Newcrest save, and I decided to build a bowling alley, and I wanted this to be a place that is super fun, lots of color, fun lighting, and a place that you could take your family, but also would be a pretty cool date spot for your teen sims, or maybe mom and dad just wants to have a night on the town or something. So I did a lot of probably weird things, at least for me personally, because I don't build very modern-esque type builds. So for me, this is pretty modern. This is pretty out of what I normally do. So I used lots of platforms in this build, and I also did some pretty funky roofing for this build as well. So at the front of the whole area, I believe the whole place is, for the most part, on a platform. So there's three big platforms stepping up into the building. When you walk in, there's bathrooms to your left, there's a bar to the right, some like little sitting area, and then you go down more platforms, and that's the main bowling area. And I think this just turned out so cute, really nice. And as I said, I wanted it to be super colorful, so the main two colors of this build are orange and blue, and obviously I was basing all of that on the light up sign that comes with the bowling pack, and that's the that big sign on the corner. And then I decided to size up that big bowling sign, and I kind of used that as like their little sign logo for the whole bowling alley. And I believe I used the Oasis. No, I used the actual bowling flooring for the front because it was orange. And then I used a lot of city living in this pack, and I also used the My Shuno stuff pack, or the the mosquito stuff pack, and I used some of the lighting in that because it had some cool pieces, but for the most part, I believe it's just the bowling stuff pack and then city living. I found these CD billboards, and I thought that that would be so cool to have as like a backdrop to where all of the bowling stuff is. So I sized those down and I alt placed them so they were right next to each other, and I think it actually turned out really cool because I wanted to have some interesting wallpaper in this build, but nothing was really vibing with how I wanted this whole place to look. I wanted it to look like modern, funky lights, interesting shapes, but also kind of like urban-y, if that's even a word or a thing. But I think it worked out in the back. I was actually kind of proud of myself with a few things that I ended up doing. Over here is where the bar area is going to be, and anything that has any extra lighting, LEDs, I put in this build. I swear. I just wanted to make sure that it had a really nice vibe to it. So I flip back and forth with this build a ton because I built this over a period of like 4 days, and I kept going in and out of just free build and then build mode because I brought a sim here and was changing the lighting and stuff like that so I could see what it actually would look like. So randomly, when I actually start landscaping, it goes from the landscaping being absolutely dead and then it being bright green, because in order to change the lighting, you have to have a sim on the lot. So, and then in order for me to do the landscaping, I needed to be in free build because everything was dead. So I made sure that all of the lighting is super fun. I end up putting like some disco lighting and stuff. If we had a disco ball in The Sims 4, I totally would have put that down because I think that would have been so fun. I ended up using the Maximalist kit and I used their like spiky bulb lighting. You'll see it. It's a really funky light, but it was blue and orange, so I had to use it. I ended up putting like a little circle seating area when you first walk in. So maybe instead of bowling, you just wanted to come here and get some drinks, you would just sit in that little seating area. We don't have like an actual bowling alley lot, so I made it a lounge, which is why there has to be a bar in order to have that. But I wanted it to really be a place that's kind of clubbing. Not that I've ever gone clubbing, but that's more of the vibe of what I was going for. Lots of music, lots of fun lighting, weird things. This is the mosquito stuff pack. I used their mirrors. I thought that it really fit everything, and I used Get to Work to have the soap and paper towels. Honestly, I don't even know how many packs I used in this. I just started going and going and going, and there was no stopping me. Also, I did not want to limit myself, so that's also another thing. And then use Dream Home Decorator for their seating. But it looks so cool. Over by the bowling alley, I where you actually bowl, I put 4 corner pieces together, and there's like a light in the middle of it, and I think it looks really cool because I go off from blue orange blue orange blue orange down the row, and I just think that this place turned out so cool. I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it turned out real nice. It's on my gallery at Build-A-Brie. I did make this quite a while ago. I'd gone on a little trip away, and then the new expansion pack came out, so I haven't gotten to this. And then I decided to start a new Not So Berry challenge. So I've been quite busy working on stuff, so it might be a little bit far back on my gallery if you end up downloading it, but I think it just looks so cool, and I think it's really fun to make community lots like this. It's not a house. Your sim can enjoy it, and I don't know. It's something different. I usually make houses, so this was really exciting for me. I spent a lot of time on it because I wanted to make sure that it was perfect. I wasn't missing anything. That's the light that I was talking about. If we had a disco ball, I would have put that instead, but we don't. That would be so cool if we had like a 70s, 80s. I mean, the Sims 3 had I think it was the 60s, 70s, and 80s game pack, and it had all kinds of different stuff like that. I wish that we would have that in The Sims 4, but that's okay. The Sims 3 is honestly so good, but the graphics, obviously, because of the time that it was made, is a little rough, especially if you don't have a good PC. It can be a little hard for your computer to run it. So I just wish that what we had in The Sims 3 was available in The Sims 4, because that would be absolutely magical. Just combine them together and you have the perfect game. Because The Sims 3 was great, it had amazing things. You can make your own hotels. You could literally customize everything to your heart's content because we could change all the colors, the patterns, everything to what you wanted. But in The Sims 4 graphics, that would just be pristine. Maybe The Sims 5 will be like that. Not get my hopes up though. No hopes are going to be going up because they're just going to get crushed. I just know it. That's how lately it seems with The Sims. But I still like everything. You want to give me new packs? I ain't got no problem with it. But now I'm starting to add a little bit of extra decor and detail and bring it to life and really make it feel like a bowling alley. I have a really cute center for all your shoes and where to get your bowling balls. And I didn't realize that we had these wall lights. I thought that they were pretty cool. I always thought that they were wall stickers. They're lights. I think it's pretty interesting. And I end up putting a little area for you to play guitar, or if you wanted to sing or anything. Like I said, I kind of want it clubbing-esque. I've never been to a club, so I don't know what they would look like. But in my mind, I think this would be nice to go to. And then I have like a little sport jersey area. I just wanted something on this wall. I didn't really know what to put there. And the jerseys were colorful, so that's what I did. Landscaping, not very fun, kind of iffy. I really didn't know what to do outside. If you look at actual bowling alleys, they are really ugly. It's just one big building, just like a rectangle, and it has like bowling alley sign, and that's it. I tried to look up inspiration. I originally had tried doing a skating rink before I made this. Yeah, that long ago. And didn't work out because I wanted it to be kind of retro. And what are you supposed to do on the outside? I had a horrible time. I spent like 2 hours making the outside of a skating rink, and then I just demolished it and decided to do this instead because we don't. Inspiration for community lots like this, you have none for the exterior because it's basically one big giant concrete cube, and then you decorate the inside. So landscaping is not going to be my best for these community lots, but I ended up finding a few things in debug, like the fencing and the little planters. I ended up putting some bushes in, so I think that really helps. And the lighting on the outside really helps to kind of bring it more to life and make it feel like a fun place to go to. Just don't look on the other sides of the bowling alley. Just look at it from the front, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm just getting a few final pieces together. I ended up changing out the bar, and I think that those just look better because they're brighter blue, and I just think it looked more gooder on the wall. So that's what I decided to place, adding some extra music around so your Sims can have a real good time dancing and stuff like that. I didn't like the white for the back of the actual like bowling area, so I ended up sizing up some shelves, making them black and kind of covering the area because I don't like how it looked. And I think that makes the backdrop actually pop more now because that's the main you can see all the colors. And then I add extra lighting to those areas, and then I add them also in the front of the floor. So in my screenshots you see fun little lighting on the floor. You'll also have that where you're bowling. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It is on my gallery at Build-A-Brie. But thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, please give this video a like, comment down below what's your favorite thing about it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on the bell to get notified for whenever I upload new videos. Bye!